Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. For those who are not aware, yesterday, Tim Cain announced that he has officially rejoined Obsidian as a full-time developer. This is really exciting news and opens up a wealth of possibilities regarding what Obsidian is working on. And so I kind of want to walk through that and play a little guessing game in regards to what he's doing right now. If you aren't aware of Tim Cain's history and don't realize why this is such a big deal, don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll have a much better understanding of his history and you'll see why this is so freaking cool. But let me say up front that Tim Cain has thrown cold water on just about everything I'm going to say in this video, because he claims there is no way we would be able to guess what he's working on right now. Of course, that could be true, or he could just be lying to throw us off the scent of what's going on. So I'm going to speculate away. And of course, once we get confirmation on what he's working on, I'll be right back with another video talking about that as well. With all that being said, I'm going to go through the options that I see in the ranking of what I would like him to do the most. So starting all the way at the bottom, DLC for Outer Worlds 2. Of course, Tim served as co-director on the original Outer Worlds, and he was a creative consultant for the Outer Worlds 2. So he understands a lot about that whole world and their systems, and he is someone that they could plug in to help immediately with creating new things. And the only reason that this is ranked at the bottom is because, of course, you have to compare it with all the other things he could be working on. I had a great time with the Outer Worlds 2, which you already know if you watch my review, and I did several other pieces of content on it as well, in addition to a live stream playthrough. So had a great time with the game and definitely looking forward to seeing more content for it, but it's not really what I want Tim Cain to be working on right now. Coming up next on the list, Pillars of Eternity 1 turn-based patch. So of course, we've talked multiple times on this channel about the new turn-based patch that is being implemented for Pillars of Eternity 1. There was a turn-based option for Pillars 2, Deadfire, but never one for the original game. And the version of turn-based implemented for the original game is very different from the version that we have in Deadfire. Now, Obsidian has been working hard to get that patch to the point that it'll be fully released for all players, and they've already confirmed that there's only a few people working on it, most likely because there aren't that many people familiar with the original game architecture who could just jump in and be able to assist. Tim Cain is one of those people. He served as a programmer for the original Pillars of Eternity, so they could have him jump in and help to speed up how soon we're able to get that patch. And you all already know I'm a big fan of Pillars of Eternity. I can't wait to play for the full patch, but it's also not a situation where I'm on pins and needles hoping that they get this done as quickly as possible. So again, it's one of those things where I really want that content and I'm looking forward to it, but in comparison to the other things on this list, I don't think it ranks all that high. Next up on the list is Fallout New Vegas 2. So for those who are not aware, Tim Cain is the creator of the Fallout franchise and did a lot of work for both Fallout 1 and 2. And it would be absolutely amazing for him to be able to circle back and work on the Fallout franchise once again. And I'm a big fan of Fallout New Vegas, so I would certainly love to see a sequel. But the problem is, if Fallout New Vegas 2 is being developed, that means Pillars of Eternity 3 is not being developed, because it would almost certainly have Josh Sawyer as one of the developers. And you all already know, out of all the things Obsidian could be doing right now, Pillars of Eternity 3 is what I want them doing the most. I'm gonna bang that drum until I get my way. And because of that, it's hard for me to say, man, I really hope Tim Cain is working on New Vegas 2, even though, once again, for him to be able to go back to the Fallout franchise would be amazing and well deserved. I know he's already spoken before about having some issues with Bethesda's interpretation of Fallout, specifically not so much because of the mechanics, but more so because of the humor and the way they handle story. He felt like the original games did a better job of that. And so I would love to see what is the narrative going to look like for a Fallout game where he is at the head. Next up on the list, Pillars of Eternity 3. So again, the game I want to see the most from Obsidian is Pillars of Eternity 3. Tim worked as a programmer on the original Pillars game, so there's no reason why he wouldn't be able to help with the sequel. And perhaps Obsidian wants to bring him on full time so they can reach back to some of the aspects of the first Pillars game that they really liked and make sure those things show up better in Pillars of Eternity 3. I'm all for it. I don't care how I get Pillars 3, just give it to me, gosh darn it. And I'm really hoping that that is in the plans and the works for what Obsidian is doing. But believe it or not, that's not the game that I want Tim Cain to be working on the most. I personally, right at the top of the list, even though I want to see Pillars of Eternity 3 from Obsidian more, the game that I would love to see from Tim Cain the most is an Arcanum remake. I was a big supporter of Microsoft taking over Activision for one reason and one reason only, because it meant that Obsidian would have access to the Arcanum license and would be able to make a remake or a sequel of that game. And Tim Cain was both the project lead and lead programmer on Arcanum, so he would be the perfect person to take the reins and bring this game to current day audiences. And I've played a few hours of Arcanum. Absolutely loved it, thought it was amazing. When we finish with Rogue Trader and Dark Heresy, that's the next game up on the list because I actually wanted to finish a playthrough of it before New Arc Line comes out, hopefully next year, which the developers have already made clear takes heavily from Arcanum. So I wanted to be able to make that comparison. But having a remake or a sequel of that game that I would be able to play with would be amazing. And I think it would be also really interesting to see how Tim would take current day technology and tools that we have available now to make a much better version of the game than what we were able to play with originally. So that's my list. Those are the games that I would love to see him working on, but I would love to hear you all's thoughts down in the comments. What would you like to hear Tim Cain is working on when Obsidian finally makes that announcement? I'm really looking forward to it. And again, I think this is so exciting. Really glad that he decided to come out of retirement. This honestly came out of left field. Most people thought he was done. So really cool development. And I'm looking forward to what games we're going to be able to get out of it. Hope all of you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.